Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, That Model Railway Guy, and welcome to a slightly different video this week. Now, about a year ago, just after I'd laid the track in the station on my modular layout, I reported that I was having a little bit of trouble with some of the locos on the points. From what I remember, this was mostly being caused by the points not being completely flat, which was causing specifically 060 tank engines to stall. And the worst offender in particular was the Bachmann J72. And I believe this is partly because the model doesn't have a sprung centre axle. Now, I did have a go at trying to rectify this issue, and you can check out episode 6, I think, of building a modular model railway if you want to catch up on what I did there. And the J72 did perform a bit better after this, but I still wasn't completely happy. Now, at this point, every other loco runs fine. It's just the J72 which is particularly sensitive, and as a result, I found myself not really running this loco as much, which is a real shame because it's one of my favourite tank engines, I think. Well, today I've decided I've had enough. I'm going to take drastic action and fit a Stay Alive to the model. And if you don't know what a Stay Alive is, well, very simply, it's like a capacitor inside the loco that charges up when the model is getting power from the rails. If the power momentarily cuts out though, like it would when the loco stalls, then the capacitor kicks in to keep the loco moving. And consider it basically like a backup power supply. Now, I've never actually fitted one of these to a loco before, so I don't entirely know what to expect. But I have been told the J72 is quite an easy model to fit with a Stay Alive, so fingers crossed that is the case.
So I have the J72 on the workbench here, and the first thing to do naturally is going to be removing the body. Thankfully, this is a really easy job, but to make it even easier, I'm going to use one of these blue foam supports as a cradle to hold the loco. With the wheels now facing up, it's really just a case of loosening a couple of screws to get the body off, the first of which is at the back here just underneath the cab. There's another one at the front of the loco too, but it's hidden underneath the coupling, so I'll just need to remove that, and I do this by getting a flat screwdriver and carefully just popping the coupling and the N.E.R pocket upwards. I can then undo the second screw that was underneath. I have to admit, to Bachmann's credit, that I found all of their small tank engines seem to be very easy to get inside. And with both screws removed, I now just gently pull the loco away from the body shell and it comes away really easily. So this is the chassis for the J72, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove the DCC blanking plate. This just sits in the next 18 socket when you don't have a decoder fitted, and removing this will give me better access for attaching the Stay Alive, and also I don't want to accidentally damage it. Speaking of the Stay Alive, here's the one I'm using. This is a lace Kung Fu Stay Alive, and they cost about £10 to £15 I think, and you can see the two wires which we'll need to attach to the loco. Now, in most cases, a Stay Alive usually connects to the DCC decoder, but Bachmann have actually provided solder tabs on the J72 itself, which you can see here. It really should just be a simple case of soldering the two wires onto each pad, but before I do that, I'm going to cut the wires down a bit. This isn't a huge loco, so I don't really need all this extra wire filling up the space, but obviously I don't want to make them so short that I can't position the Stay Alive inside. With the wires cut down, now I'll just tin the ends quickly so I can attach them more easily. And I'll do the same to the solder pads on the loco too. So, without further ado, let's get soldering, and you can see the black wire attaches nice and easily here. And as I now attach the blue wire onto the other pad, you'll notice I'm using the helping hand here to keep the Stay Alive stable, and then also using a pair of tweezers to get the wire into position, and these are really useful. So that's the Stay Alive attached. If I was going to keep running this loco on analog, I would then put the blanking plate back in, but I'm going to put a DCC decoder into the loco. This isn't just any decoder though, it's actually a sound decoder, and because Bachmann have included a speaker on this loco already, literally all I need to do is plug this into the next 18 socket and I have a loco with sound. I am just going to wrap the decoder in a bit of Captain tape before installing it, and this is just to protect it from being shorted out accidentally, as I will be stacking the Stay Alive on top of this. I'm not expecting any problems, after all the lace Stay Alive is insulated itself, but these sound decoders are expensive, so I figure it's better to be safe than sorry. And with that done, I can then just clip the sound decoder into the socket. And there we go. That has to be one of the easiest sound installations ever. As I said a moment ago, I'm going to position the Stay Alive on top of the decoder to fit it in like you can see here. To hold this in place, I'm just going to use a tiny amount of black tack, which is just like blue tack, but black and more sticky. And as you can see, I only need a very small amount. In fact, this is probably plenty anyway, so I'll just gently press it down on top of the decoder, and then I can move the Stay Alive into place. And I'm just doing some fine adjustments here to make sure it's not hanging over the side or the back so it doesn't stop the body going on. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and it's quite a neat little installation, so now I'll get the body back on. And this is just the complete opposite of what I did earlier, so I'll bring the body shell back in again, and now I lift up the chassis and I can gently drop it back into the loco body. And that went in without any problems, so that's all good. It means the decoder and the Stay Alive fit nicely. It's time to replace those two screws now to reattach the chassis and body, and again I'm starting with the one at the back. With that in, I'll replace the one at the front of the loco too. And don't forget, I need to put the tension lock coupling back on as well. I did consider leaving it off, as it does make the loco look a bit more realistic, but I do tend to couple up to both ends of this engine, and to be honest, the tension lock couplings don't really bother me. But with everything now back together again, I can put the loco back on its wheels and remove the blue foam from around the body. At this point, it looks like nothing has changed, which I guess is the desired result really, but it will be interesting to see if there's any change with the performance. Will the Stay Alive actually make any difference, and what will the sound decoder be like? Well, let's take it over to the layout and we'll find out. So here we are on the modular model railway with the J72 sitting in the shed, and I'm just going to get it moving. So the first bit of good news is that it does still indeed run, so I can't have messed anything up too much. The real test though will be to see how well it performs through these points that lead to the shed. Now remember, previously it kept stalling in this area, which is what caused me to add the Stay Alive in the first place, so I really hope this has made a difference. And here we come over the points and the double slip. And as you can see, the J72 is absolutely fine. And it's not like I'm running at a very fast speed here either. This is quite a slow pace, probably about as slow as I would ever run over this section really, but yeah, no problems at all, so that is fantastic. And here's the last point. Previously this was one of the ones it liked the least, but again, no issues at all, so yeah, I'm really happy with that, and it does seem like the Stay Alive is doing its job. Let's just absolutely confirm that it is working though, and also I'm curious just to see how long the Stay Alive lasts for, so the easiest way to do that is to simply remove it from the track and see how long the wheels keep turning for. So that was about 9 seconds, maybe just a bit under, but still that is incredible. I mean, I definitely don't have any dead spots that large on the layout, so I think it's safe to say that I should be covered even when running at really slow speeds. Of course, we want to test out the sound decoder as well, so as the loco comes to a stop, I'll shut up for a bit, turn the sound on, and we'll have a listen. So I think we can agree that this is a really great result. I know DCC sound isn't for everyone, but I have to say I'm really impressed here, and thanks to Bachmann including the speaker, it was really easy to add. I think maybe I need to adjust the chuff rate slightly. It seems like it's a bit fast in comparison to the wheels, but honestly that may just be my own perception. But yeah, I think this has been a really worthwhile exercise. I've taken a model that I've always liked but hardly ever ran, and now that I've upgraded it, I think the J72 is back to being one of my favourite locos again, so I'm really pleased with this result. Anyway, that's going to be it for today, guys. Do let me know if you've enjoyed this video though, and if you'd like to see more similar things like this in the future. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon too, but for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!